Today on Torch TV, we look at massive changes within Edinburgh School District, both academically and athletically.
We also look at the Lex, an exciting new addition to the Bartholomew County Public Library.
Finally, we examine the aftermath of recent flooding in Bartholomew County and how it's affecting the community.
All that and more on Torch TV.
Welcome back to Torch TV. I'm Mason Bean, and I'm joined by Rachel Morris. Rachel, we are nearing the beginning of summer. Do you have any plans?
Yeah, I'm going to do a few things with some of my friends. I'm going to be working a lot, and then I start college in June. What about you?
I'm probably just going to swim and then lift as well.
Yeah.
Let's get into some announcements. The last day of school for seniors is Monday the 19th. The last day for everyone else will be Wednesday the 21st. Graduation practice will be on Tuesday the 20th in the Orange Pit. Seniors will need to be there at 8:30 a.m. Graduation will be at 10 a.m. on Saturday, May 24th. Seniors, be sure to get there at 9:30.
Springtime weather in Indiana can be very unpredictable and violent. The spring was no different, as Bartholomew County was hit by 2 tornadoes and heavy rainfall that led to severe flooding. However, one thing that is often overlooked is how these natural disasters impact our local economy, and more specifically, our farmers.
The storms did impact our farming quite a bit this time. It seemed like a lot of the residents or properties that were impacted, especially by the tornado, were farm properties, whether that be their outbuildings, their silos, fencing equipment, but there seemed to be quite a vast majority of the properties impacted were farm properties in some fashion. Tornado itself on March 19th, we had over 25 homes. And then the flooding, we've had, the last count, I think we're a little over 30 residents that were impacted in some form or fashion, as well as businesses as well.
Leah Cloud with the weather.
Thanks, Mason. This Friday, we'll see a high of 86 with a low of 66. Over the weekend, you can expect even more warm weather with a high of 79 and a low of 60 on Saturday. On Sunday, there'll be a high of 76 and a low of 57. All 3 of these days will be partly cloudy, but there is also only a 5% chance of rain throughout this 3-day stretch. That's all for weather. Now back to you at the desk.
The Library of Experience, or LEX, is the latest addition to the Bartholomew County Public Library. It opened its doors for the first time this year in the Old North Christian Church building. The community response has generally been positive, and the library hopes to have even more community involvement going forward.
The Lex is not what most people think of when they think of a library, but this recent addition to the community promises to be a whole new experience.
So instead of a library of collections, a library of things, whereas that's what most people think of when they think library, this would be made up a library of experiences, Lex.
With this new library of experiences, a lot is still being decided about how the space will be used going forward. One thing is for certain, though, this space is for everyone in the community.
We want it to be a community space, we want it to be a public space, we want it to be a student space. We wanted a place where everybody feels that they are welcome, right? And that they belong. One of the great things about the public library is we serve everyone. And so that means we like to try to have something for everyone. So it ranges from movies that we have to book discussions to craft programs, all kinds of things that we have. And so one of the programs the staff are very excited about having is outdoor gardening programs. Here downtown Columbus, we don't have a lot of grass or green space, so I anticipate having a lot of outdoor type programs to become really what it was meant to be. A place where everybody feels that they are welcome.
The focus of the Lex is community, and with that, they are constantly encouraging people to reach out and connect with the library.
If anybody has any suggestions about programs, or anybody wants to lead a program or wants to have something, we welcome those at any point in time. I would encourage everyone to visit visitthelex.com. You can also go to mybcpl.org/thelex, and that would get you to a landing page where we will have all the updates and all the pieces that are happening there. And I would also just encourage, if anybody has suggestions or ideas or things that they think would be fantastic, please let us know, right? Give us a call, shoot us an email, stop in, and we would be happy to hear it and to talk about it and to think about it, because we want this to be the community space.
The Lex aims to connect with everyone, so keep your eyes open for fun community events, experiences, and more from the Lex.
Every year on Palm Sunday, St. Mary's Church in Greensburg holds a special tradition. The high schoolers in their parish, directed by Hailey, put on a reenactment of the last week of Jesus' life. This play, called The Passion of the Christ, takes great preparation and work from both the students and the director. Preparation begins very closely following the start of the new year. They practice once a week on Sundays. The director begins planning almost immediately, planning out roles and other specifics. Every student also works very hard, making sure to perfectly capture this important moment in the church. After the break, we take a look at big changes in Edinburgh School District.
Then, we head to East Media's Cameron Klawon with the latest in world news.
All that and more coming up on Torch TV.
That Luka trade that happened?
Heck yeah, Lakers all the way, dude.
Hey, Brady, we throw that bottle away for you?
I got it. Kobe.
You need to go pick that up. Littering is not cool.
It's fine. It's not gonna hurt the earth too bad.
You need to pick that up. It's a serious thing. Hey, there you go, man. That's the right choice. Hey, what's up, Mason?
Hey, what's up, Cam? What is that on your neck?
What are you talking about?
A loner lanyard.
I left my lanyard at home.
Dude, what kind of loser wears a loner lanyard, bro?
What's the
what are you
problem,
doing?
dude?
You gotta bring your lanyard to school, man. For many years, Edinburgh Community High School has had the same school schedule, which has consisted of 2-week breaks in the fall, winter, and spring, with 8 weeks in the summer. Recently, Edinburgh has been talking about changing their schedule to follow suit with all the schools around them. Starting next year, Edinburgh is changing their schedule to only 1 week of break in the fall and spring, continuing with 2 weeks in the winter and having a longer summer break. Edinburgh hopes for positive outcomes to come out of this change.
We've been talking for a few years about changing our calendar back to follow more closely with Columbus schools, and our current superintendent was supportive of saying our students need to be in those classes as much as possible. So I am grateful that we are looking to align our calendar for the upcoming year with C4.
We were able to fill out the same kind of survey that went out to the public, to the stakeholders in the school corporation, so parents and other people.
We will get to have a longer summer, and I think that benefits our students who like to have just summer jobs.
I just think an overall benefit is more time in the summer, which I think everybody would be happy about. School starting a little bit later and still getting out before Memorial Day. I think it's all around a fantastic change, and I think it's going to be a really big benefit for the school.
And now we head over to Dirt Crater with the latest in sports.
Another change in the Edinburgh High School has to do with their football team. For a long time, the team has been independent without playing in a conference. But recently, the decision has been made to move the team into a conference for the first time in over a decade. The team will be joining the Mid-Indiana Football Conference and will play among 5 surrounding teams in the state. The decision to join a new conference will bring new opportunities and areas to grow, but will also cause new challenges and competition that the team will have to prepare for.
Initial thoughts, I'm all for it. I am big on just competition, right? Some people have had some concerns just because it is kind of a tough conference. We got some tough teams, but you got to have goals. You got to have something to work towards, right? If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
With my other teammates, some of them I think might have trouble moving to a new conference because some teams they might not be used to. But like I said, I want to play as many teams as possible, play as many different people as possible. I just want to play teams that I can improve myself.
Basically rebuilding the weight program, just more discipline, more hard work. It's just a lot of the real details and a lot of little nitpicky things that haven't been done in the past, right? Really turning it more into a true football program, not just a team. You know what I mean? If we want to be successful, we have to stay disciplined. We have to be doing the right things all the time.
Now moving on to Olympian sports. Boys golf, JV and varsity will play at home in a 3-way match, including both Jennings County and Edinburgh tonight, starting at 4:30. Moving on to the baseball team, the freshman team will take on Columbus North at home tomorrow, starting at 5:30. Congrats on girls tennis for competing in their conference tournament, as well as both boys and girls track, as they also competed this week in their conference tournaments. That's all we have in sports. Back to you, Rachel, at the desk.
Every year, hundreds of people are seriously injured or killed while trespassing on railroad property. Tracks are private property, and walking on or near them is not only illegal, it's extremely dangerous. Trains can come at any time from either direction, and they're quieter and faster than you think. Taking a shortcut across the tracks might save a minute, but it could cost you your life.
The number one group of individuals that are being involved in these incidents are 35 to 40-year-old males because we know better and we're not going to get hit by a train. But after that, it's teenagers and young adults, typically with a distraction of some kind. So cell phones, heads down, hoods up, earbuds in, headphones on, and they just never hear the train coming. So get rid of the...
Now we head over to Cameron Klawon for recent news.
Thanks, Rachel. Tensions in Israel are building after local health officials said a total of 70 individuals lost their lives after Israeli strikes across Gaza on Wednesday, mostly around Jabalia. On Tuesday night, the Israeli military issued what it described as a final warning to the residents of Jabalia. It ordered them to evacuate immediately to shelters in Gaza City, saying the Israeli military would attack with great force in any area from which rockets are launched. Also in world news, on April 21st, Pope Francis tragically passed away at 88 years old after 12 years of service as the Pope. On May 7th, the conclave, the Council of the 252 Cardinals, met to begin the election process for a new Pope. The next day, on May 8th, Robert Prevost was announced as the newest Pope. He's also the very first American Pope to ever be elected, being originally born in Chicago. Robert Prevost took the name Pope Leo, making him the 14th Pope to do so. That's our world news wrap-up. Now back to you at the desk.
As the last few days of the school year approach, graduation looms for the class of 2025. This is an emotional time for everyone involved. At Torch TV, we have 8 seniors graduating within a few days. As the clock ticks down, our seniors sat down to reflect on their best memories and look ahead to their future.
Hello, my name is Hailey Brewer.
My name is Dirk Crater.
My name is Lucas Fowler.
My name is Lance Hubbard.
My name is Drew Cordrey. So my name is Caleb Murphy.
My name is Rachel Morris.
My name is Leah Cloud.
And my name is Cameron Klawon.
I'm going to be attending USI, University of Southern Indiana, in the fall for radio and TV.
And I am going to Young Harris College in the fall to study communications and sports studies.
And my plans after high school are to join a trade, and I'll be plumbing.
My plans after high school is possibly taking a gap year and then going to Ball State to study communications and broadcasting.
I will be attending Taylor University this coming fall semester. My future plans are to attend Ball State for sports reporting.
I plan to go to Tricoci University of Beauty Culture for aesthetics after high school.
I am going to Butler University this year. and I'm going to major in creative media and entertainment.
I work a sales job, and I'm very passionate about fitness and helping people. So whatever I do will probably integrate those fields.
And I think my favorite memory in the class would definitely have to be just seeing like all of the shows just come together. Like in the beginning we have like absolutely like nothing, and then later on we just have like everything. And it's so nice to see everything just come together.
I think my favorite memory in the class the last 2 years I've been in it would be going and just making all these new friendships and learning lots about the future career that I want to take.
And my favorite memory of the class is the random class debates that we would have.
My favorite memories here at Radio and TV are all the moments I have with Mr. Roeder. He's really a fun guy. And the Ball State trip for the Cardinal Award we took earlier this year.
Favorite memory in the class is probably winning the Cardinal Award and getting on stage and accepting that.
And my favorite memory in the class is probably winning the Cardinal Award this past week. I thought that was pretty sweet.
I'd say my favorite memory was making my drunk driving PSA. It was really difficult, but it was also really fun because I got to work with a lot of people on it.
My favorite memory was when I had said that my greatest achievement was not having been hit with a marker, and then Roeder proceeded to throw a marker at me.
You know, I've been in this class 4 years, so it's hard to pick a favorite memory. I'd say that this year I was producing a show, and I remember we did a rehearsal day, and everything was falling apart, and there was a flood that happened in the door of our classroom. And I remember being just so mad and frustrated about it that I was losing my mind. And then the next day, we were able to focus and pull off the show, and I'd say that is probably my best memory from this class because of the adversity that we faced and what it took to persevere through it.
That is all we have for our final show of the 2024-2025 school year. We wish you all a great summer, and as always, try to be the best part of someone's day.